tell us more about the power of being seen. A round of applause for Miss Sha Nacino.
Thank you, Remy. I really love your energy, and thank you to everyone who's here. I'm happy to be here as well. So today I'd like to talk about the power of being seen and appreciated. And my one big message for today is this. When you feel seen and appreciated, you soar high and you inspire fearless possibilities. Let me share with you two stories wherein I felt seen and appreciated. And because of that, I felt like I really soared when it comes to pursuing my purpose in life. My first story is about my journey as a speaker. I used to be so shy and introverted. In fact, when I was an employee in a bank, I couldn't even talk to my office mates. I was a wallflower. You would bump into me in the office and you would say, "Oh, you're working here?" "Ah, yes, I've been working here for 5 years already." So you wouldn't even notice me. I was such a wallflower. Every time I would talk to someone, I had to rehearse what I had to say because I was so introverted, so shy, and so insecure. And I remember something happened. I got buried in credit card debts and I invested in my personal development. I was able to zero out my debts. And then the calling to write a book was so strong that even if I was not a writer, I decided to heed the call to write a book. And after I wrote my first book, I got invited to speak in seminars and conferences. And imagine, so there was me who was so shy and introverted, I couldn't even talk to the person right in front of me. And now I was being invited to speak in big conferences. My first ever speaking engagement was to a group of 400 people, and it was at a Money Summit event. The organizer just learned that I published a book and he invited me to speak in that event. The other speakers were SVPs, VPs, CEOs, billionaires, multimillionaires. I was the youngest speaker, and the only reason I was called to speak was because I wrote a book on money management. So even if I was so shy and introverted, I heeded the call to speak in front of 400 people. And I was also wondering, what did the organizer see in me? Why did he invite me despite my lack of credibility at that time? My only credibility was that I wrote a book. I zeroed out my credit card debts and I wrote a book. And then another mentor of mine, who is a big name in the Philippines, kept on inviting me year after year to speak in his big conferences, to share the stage with him and with all the big speakers in the Philippines. And again, I was asking myself, why does he keep on inviting me? I kept on saying yes anyway. And you know what? I felt seen by my mentor and by that first person who invited me to speak in the big seminar. And as I kept on saying yes, I got better and better at speaking. And now I travel the world to speak. I've traveled to Singapore, Malaysia, India, the Maldives, the US, France, etc. to speak in conferences. In fact, I just came from the US to speak in a conference there. And now speaking to me is such a beautiful calling. I get excited every time I speak. And I thank God because I felt seen by my mentors. The second story I'd like to share with you is my journey as a singer. My journey as a singer. Who among you here wants to sing? Let me know in the comments. Just say sing. So in the Philippines, almost everyone sings. I was also one of those. I love to sing. But every time I sing, my papa would tease me and say, "Sha, please don't modify the tune." That was his way of telling me I was off tune. And my brother would always tease me, "Sha, don't sing." And my friends who loved me, my family and friends who really, really loved me and cared about me, told me, "Sha, can you please do us a favor? Don't sing." Because every time I would deliver a speech in a Toastmasters meeting, I would always inject a line or two from a song and I would sing because I love to sing. But everyone around me was telling me, "Sha, just stick to speaking and writing. Do us a favor, don't sing." And then later on, I learned why they were saying that. It's because I was tone deaf. I couldn't carry a tune. I was tone deaf. And finally, I recognized that, okay, I give up my dream to become a singer because I was tone deaf. And then one day, I decided to consult a voice coach, a speaking coach, because I wanted to improve my speaking as regards how to make it louder. And I remember we were in the middle of this coffee shop, and that guy told me, "Sha, can you sing for me?" So imagine I already gave up my dream to become a singer, and now here is someone who wanted me to sing. What will I do, right? It's the first time someone wanted to hear me sing. And so I did not let that opportunity pass. I stood up in the middle of a coffee shop. I did not know anyone, and I started to sing. And then I sat down. The person in front of me said, "Sha, you have a beautiful voice. You are born to sing." And I almost fell off my chair. What voice did he listen to? Was it the same voice that everyone else heard? He was the first person who told me that I had a beautiful voice. And every time I doubted myself, I would always ask him, call him or text him and ask him, "Do you really think I have a beautiful voice?" And he said, "Yes, Sha, you have a beautiful voice. You can sing any Disney songs, any of the songs of these well-known singers like Lea Salonga in the Philippines."
Sha, I gotta interrupt. I can't take it anymore. Okay, for those friends who are tuning on that video, showing that beautiful smile, I think they want you to sing right now. Can you sing a line or two for us?
I will.
Give a heart.
You know, Remy, I decided I realized I'm a recording artist, not really a live artist. So later on in a little while, I'm going to share with you one of my music videos. So when that coach, he happened to be a voice coach, a singing coach to some of the most famous Filipino singers in the world. When he told me that I had a beautiful voice, and I started to believe him, the miracle happened. I started to hear notes, and I started to sing. And I remember I sang for the very first time during the Global Authors Summit. That was my debut as a singer. I hired a professional pianist because, with a professional pianist, he will adjust to you. If I entered at the wrong timing, he can adjust to me versus if I have the usual MP3. And then in sometime in June 2021, I was in Boracay. One of the beautiful beaches in the Philippines. And the idea of creating a music video came to mind. And I said, "Oh wow, that is such a beautiful idea. I'll do it." And so 2 days later, I was there on the beach doing music videos. I hired professional videographers, makeup artists, and then I asked the videographers, "How many music videos do you usually shoot in one day?" And they said, "Sha, with singers, we usually do one music video per day." And then I said, being someone who wants to inspire possibilities, I said, "Can we do 3 music videos in 4 hours?" Because that was the only time I had. And they said, "Let's try." And that was a good enough answer for me. To cut the long story short, we did 3 music videos in 4 hours. And fast forward to today. So imagine I started doing music videos in 2021. Fast forward to today, we've already produced and launched 27 music videos so far, which I personally directed and produced because I bet no producer would want to produce it. So I produced those music videos, and I'm going to share with you one of those music videos. The title is Top of the World, and it is so apt to my message for tonight that when you feel seen and appreciated, you soar high. So Kim from my team will now share my music video. If you know the song, please sing along. There's also lyrics on screen. This music video was shot in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and some of the parts were also shot in Paris, in the Philippines, and in Switzerland.
Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. Everything I want the world to be is now coming true, especially for me. And the reason is clear, it's because because you are here. You're the nearest thing to heaven that I've seen. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I've found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. Something in the wind has learned my name, and it's telling me that things are not the same. In the leaves on the trees and the touch of the breeze, there's a pleasing sense of happiness for me. There is only one wish on my mind. When this day is through, I hope that I will find that tomorrow will be just the same for you and me. All I need will be mine if you are here. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I've found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I've found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world.
All right. Okay, 27 music videos so far. And maybe you're saying, Sha, that's such an easy song to sing. Top of the world, anyone can sing that. Well, I also did Let It Go, Permission to Dance by BTS. Name it, we have it. Just kidding. So this is just really me letting the child in me play. This is my playground. I tell my friends, this is my expensive vice. And it's the kind of vice I'm willing to finance. When I travel, I do music videos, and I really, really love doing it. And again, it all started because I felt seen. I felt seen by my coach Jerome when it comes to singing, and it only took one person to see me as a singer, to see the singer in me. That even if I have buried that dream already, because of one person, it felt alive again. And now I believe people are being blessed by my music videos. I believe so. And also, I can see here that some of the participants are from my Tuesday newsletter. It's our email newsletter, which I send every Tuesday. I invited them to Impactful New You, and thank you for being here.
We got so excited about just jumping straight into your presentation. We forgot to chat. We talk about having a bit of a banter to welcome everybody here, right? So,
Yes.
Meanwhile, let's spend a minute or two just to hear your speaking voice and having a conversation with everybody right here in Impactful New You Season 4. So you just came back from the US like what, 2 days ago?
Yes, 2 days ago.
So-
So I've been sleeping the entire day today.
So tell us more about your trip, and was it fruitful? Or what do you do in the US?
Yeah, so my friend has been telling me, Sha, come here to the US, visit your goddaughter. And she was telling that to me at the height of the pandemic when I had no plans to travel.
Mhm.
What are the chances that the annual conference I wanted to attend was just a few minutes drive from my friend's place?
Okay.
And the bonus was, I was praying, God, I think it would be better if there's a panel discussion in the conference,
Uh-huh.
and I'd be happy to serve as a speaker.
Mm.
And you know what? A few days later, I got an email from the organizers asking me, Sha, can we invite you to speak at the panel? So everything fell into place.
See, Sha, I just want to bring the attention, right? Congratulations on speaking in the US and having
Thank
a
you.
fruitful trip right there. But for all your friends from the Tuesday newsletter, I can see smiling faces from Marcia, from Ivy, Leslie, from Rain and Dina and Lomi. Got Aoi just sitting on the camera with a big smile as well. For those folks who are in the Tuesday newsletter, please turn on your cameras and give some love and support to Sha. I want to see all your beautiful faces. And for all your friends and fans in Manila and all over the world watching this right now, if there's one thing you want them to know and to take away, what will it be, Sha?
I believe that you can be anything and anyone you want to be as long as you believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself yet, find someone who believes in you and borrow his belief in you until such time that that belief has been transferred to you, because that's what happened to me.
The power of being seen, the power of believing in yourself can bring you
Yes.
to great places. From tone deaf to shooting music videos, from being an office furniture to speaking of hundreds of people. Sha, you're an inspiration to all of us.